is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome to the discussion for Swordcrafters, a Kickstarter game.
It just reeks of it!
Another gimmick game that was about crafting a sword. Funny enough, I backed this game, then I was like, nah, I think I'll pull out, so I didn't, and then whenever I went to Gen Con, I saw it, and then they were doing like some sale where you can get this and the expansion all at once. I'm like, oh, why not? Because at Gen Con, I'm like, yeah, I'll just buy everything, credit carded up. So yeah, so this is Swordcrafters. Just for the record, well, we're talking about the expansion. What do you guys think?
I actually don't mind it.
Yeah,
I think it's actually a little fun.
I don't mind it either. It's kind of neat.
It is
at the end.
When you pulled this, like the two hilts out, I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
This is bullshit.
What is this?
What kind of shit is this?
Yeah, I mean, it's a simple game. Like
It really is.
It's not like a party game by any means, but
See, and I think it would be.
you think it'd be a party game?
Like, I think...
Well, first of all, it only plays up to 5, so that's pretty
That's
lame.
a party.
That's a lame
hey,
party.
for adults, I think that's a fair number.
I don't know. I think this has a market. Like,
Yeah, it
definitely
definitely does. I don't know if you heard me make the joke, but I was like, the person who pitched this, you think like the first group just beat him up.
with the sword he brought in, you can make this.
Just get the fuck out!
Yeah, I don't know the company who made it. AAG, I guess is what that symbol is.
Hey,
so
great game.
It's
Oh no, wait, I think it's AGG.
I might have actually AAG.
No, you probably did say
Okay.
AA.
But no, it's pretty neat because literally you just have these different tiles that are going to come out and come in different directions, and it's kind of puzzly, but not too puzzly.
Right.
yeah, if you're dumb like me. I was like, oh.
Well, it kind of comes out like that. So you
Oh.
sit there and you'll be like, because there's multiple ways to score points. You can go for these, or try to go for the cards, and these are actually the we did the beginner ones, the basic sword magic. You have intermediate ones, so they're worth more points. Where you guys like quit disassembling?
I wanna, God, I saw
Like,
Josh do it and I gotta do it!
Like, cause people will do that in like discussions. They'll start cleaning up, and I'm like,
Oh,
stop!
It's the human condition. So.
Anyway, so we did the basic sword magic, so you can go for these for points. You can go for longest sword, which I actually happen to get. The tips are actually expansion, which I don't know why.
They were, honestly, I thought they were a nice touch.
I do too, because you actually get a finished blade instead of just, so are you just gonna...
You just got
There you go!
My blunt sword.
have at you.
Could you imagine if, like, you just kept taking the blanks? Yeah. Alright, I got 4 points!
Well, it's not much, but it's honest work.
But yeah, so you have that. You can go for quality. They give you enough. And sometimes whenever you're building it, you're like, oh crap, I can't, like, because you had all orange on one side.
Yeah.
That's going to be quite a few points. I don't know. It's neat. Like, whenever we first played it, you and I, like, it works as a 2-player game as well.
That's my alarm.
Neat.
I'm a night shift person. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so there's enough without it being too much. I'm glad there's like nothing that makes it like you have to like.
Oh, and if you have these 3 sapphires,
Yeah.
it explodes.
So yeah, the base game, which is what we're talking about, is just this. You finish the sword, and I mean the hilt's a nice touch. It's just cool. You get to physically make something.
Like I said, I'm like, what the fuck are we playing?
But if you do want more, then the expansion does add more. So like I said, it added the sword tip, so it gives you something secret to go for, which I always like secret objectives. And like whenever you're cutting, that's why because you kept cutting into groups of things that I was gonna, this could be perfect, and then it kept cutting. I'm like, oh, do I still want to take that because? It's
Yeah, when I did it twice, I felt really bad.
I'm just gonna. But it also adds relics that you can go for. So, like, some of the relics that you can add are, like, there's Sword of Fury. Collect 3 Sword of Fury relics to score 10 total points. And those relics get placed like in the corner, like in a 2 to 3 player game. They're in you do a different setup, and have relics in the corner, so you can start aiming for those. And that's basically kind of like a set collection. Like Sword of Mercy, score victory points according to the number of relics you have. If you have 4, you get 20 points. So if you have 1, you get 3. If you have 2, you get, or if you have 1, you get 1. If you have 2, you get 3. 3, you have 5, and 4, you get 20. Sword of Fire, on your turn you may discard this tile during the select phase and swap positions of 2 sword tiles within the grid of tiles. One-time use. So there's extra stuff that you can do if you want a little bit more. I haven't played with those. It adds to the depth of the game. Then they have, where is it? Yeah, the sword tips, and then sword mastery, which is, on your turn you check, so you put monsters out. Like out on the board, and then if you check your sword to see if you can claim any sword mastery cards, and they have like a grid. So there's like a goblin. He has just a red and a green tile on him. So on your turn, you're like, oh yeah, one of my swords has red and green on it, and you'll just take that, and then that's gonna give you 4 points.
That's not
So
bad.
you actually, so it adds stuff. So whenever you were saying, oh, if you have these special things, you get this. The game does have that, but they're expansions.
That's good, yeah.
But what's really neat about this is, see, I always think that expansions should just add to the game, not fix the game. So the base game, which is what we did, get rid of the sword tips.
Without the sword tip.
It's still fun, and it's still puzzling enough. Like, I'm not going to break this game out all day, every day. But every once in a while.
Every Friday night.
Every Friday night. Swordcrafters! Seth, can we please play something else? No! I have to perfect my blade building. Shing! But you actually, because like Role Player, for example, which you haven't played, but it's a game where it's a dice drafting game like Sagrada, but you're making a D&D character.
Yeah, you've told me about it.
The expansion adds to where you can actually use your character and go fight minions. And so it let you do something with your character instead of, oh, I built it. Like, imagine writing up a D&D character and you're like, all right, that was it. It was like you wanted more. With this, it's like, well, I kind of want to do something. And that's what this stuff does. You build a good sword, and you can do the sword mastery to go fight creatures. So that gives you more stuff to build on, more ways to get points. I just realized I was talking the whole time. What do you guys think of the game?
What the fuck?
The handle's dumb!
No, I think it's really neat.
And
I really was confused when you pulled these out.
Right.
I think it's a neat thing. I do know that over time, this stuff's gonna have really bad wear and tear.
Yeah, they're thick, like the quality, it feels good.
Yes, like it's durable.
Yeah, like you'll slide it in and then you know it's going to be secure. They wanted, because I talked to the designers, they wanted to try and prevent that at all cost. Obviously, if you're going to bang these, but I mean, I don't play this game all the time, so I don't see it wearing as much.
Yeah.
That is a concern, though, is that, like, if you're, like, trying to put it in, just, like, you just break the whole thing. Look, my sword's limp.
Sword tips are a nice addition. They added just like that flare at the end that lets you kind of catch up if you're far behind.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the matching of gems in a row is really neat. It adds a little bit of a strategy to it. Because I was like, can I rearrange this?
I messed up.
I did.
And thematically, no, because you're building the sword, so you already welded the metals together.
So it worked out. I like the little objectives. They help with scoring. It's a neat game.
Right? Real quick, they actually have variants you can also play. There's it's a 2-player variant called dual wielding.
You make 2.
You make 2 swords. And then you select one group of tiles for each sword, so it gives you more options to be like, okay, well, this sword's doing better than this one. And they also have a solo mode for the game.
I will craft the best weapon.
Yeah, I guess if there's an opponent like has a deck of cards and you make that.
Gotcha.
I have not played this solo. I do plan on playing this solo just so I can play more games solo. Kat, what do you think?
I like it.
You like it?
Yep.
Even though I have the longer sword
It's debatable.
by 1 tile.
I dislike it now. Yeah,
That's fair. That's fair.
no. Yeah, no, I like it. I like it. It's fun.
I shall knight thee.
Yeah, knight me on my shoulder. It's not knighting
I
someone.
cut your face.
This isn't Sekiro where you just.
What? Yeah, look
stab
at what's
everyone.
this? A lone wolf.
Slit my
You're now my son, and I love you.
Alright. I guess I'll go with you now.
I don't know if you're an orphan with it. What's he gonna do?
An orphan of war.
And this stuff changes too. Like, but like there's a deck of these cards. Like you can go for least orange, so it flips it on its head,
So I would have won that
or
one.
most pairs of orange and red. Or God, what is wrong with me? Orange and purple. I know there was one, for example. It was like most blanks.
That's interesting.
Right. So you get a lot of variety when you're playing. Yeah. So you like it?
I do. 2 thumbs up.
Cool. Well, I don't do dice tower, just stuff like that. I'm gonna give it 2 swords up. And
I'm gonna
like,
give it 5 out of 5 anvils.
all right. Anyway, scale of 1 to 10.
I'm gonna give it a dang old. You know what? Because I view it in a party game. Like you said, it wasn't.
I don't think it's a party
It
game.
depends on what party you're at. Like.
Because whenever I think of party, I think of like games that will be like boisterous and laugh and make you laugh and stuff like that. Like Chameleon is a party game. Code Names, I wouldn't even call it really Code Names. I would call this like a filler game or a gateway game. Or Cards Against Humanity. Those are party games that you can drink to. This one I would just call a gateway game.
This game, and it's gonna.
Because imagine if I went to a party and I was like,
Seth, you would.
I know, and then I'd be kicked out.
And you are. Your friends don't like you.
That's fair. I don't blame them.
They like message me after all of our get together. They're like,
Alright, here's your hilt.
I mean, it's really hard for me not to give it a 10 because I really don't have any complaints about this game, but I've only played like
I've only played.
this version.
I only played tip.
So I'll give
me
it
the
a-
tip, Papa.
I'll give it a 9 just because I know there's more, which means there's more room for error.
Right.
I'll sit it at 9 right now,
Okay. I'm gonna give it.
which is pretty freaking high for me.
I mean, I do have fun with this game, but it's not. I'm not like, wanting to play it all the time. I think I'm gonna give it a 7.5. Fits right in that middle. Like it does. It is a lot of fun to play. No, you know what? Actually, if in the scope of the game, I think I'll give it an 8.
Thank you for raising your score.
Because 7.5 seems too low, and there is more to it. Like, it's surprising, because whenever you think of gimmicks as far as they go, hey, you're gonna put tiles, you're gonna make a sword. And it's like, wow, that sounds really dumb. But they made it puzzly enough, and it's not stupid. And it is pretty, I just really like holding the sword. So, yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8.
I'm a knight.
I'm the sword of protection.
Hi, I'm Jon Snow.
You know, for what it is, and the fact Cat's right. I don't really have a whole lot of complaints.
Right. It brings out the inner weeb in me.
Why?
I have studied the blade. I should have worn fedoras this entire time.
They have magical katana instead.
I don't have any complaints. It's not on the same scale as like Scythe or
Right.
Talisman, but I don't have anything to get mad at it about, so I'm gonna give it a 9.
9. Cool. Yeah, so that's our thoughts on Swordcrafters. Let us know what you think of the game in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching this, and if you like this video, then click the subscribe button below to enjoy any video that I put out. And right next to that subscribe button is a little bell. Click that so you get notified of whenever I actually upload these videos. If you want to support the channel, you can definitely visit my Patreon page. The link is in the description below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.